Well, hello, friends. This is Donna with AK Gals Stamps. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Springfield, Ohio, and I'm coming to you live. So I hope some folks can join me tonight. I'm going to be making a very fun project, great for the holidays or for graduations or any great event. But it's a neat card. I did want to mention that Stampin' Up! Is having free shipping and it ends tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day, which saves you like 11% on your order. So that's a great time to stock up, even to get kits for Christmas. It'll save you the shipping. You could get those all ordered. I already placed one order, and I might be placing some more. So, anyway, that's a great thing to do. And we have also starter kits. If you love your crafting supplies, you will save 20% off if you join, and you can join my team for $35, which is crazy. $35 includes shipping. You just have to pay the tax on it. You get $125 in product. Wow, amazing. Or you could spend $99 and get $189 in product. Whatever your budget is. But you could join our team and join this crafting community. We have so much fun creating together. So, anyway, hey, Tracy, how are you doing? So, I'm going to flip the camera down. There's nothing here yet. So, yeah, I've been busy. It's been housework day and went shopping with my granddaughter because we really don't have any new or current stuff for winter. So we needed to go get some clothes. Need to go get some pants. These kids are growing. So I'm going to be using the Jolly Delivery bundle. Well, I'm just using the stamp set. The stamp set's $21 and it's a current product. And or you can get the bundle for $54. That's current. I'm going to be using the North Pole DSP that also coordinates with that. So I'm going to get that out. Get my stuff out. So my North Pole paper. I've got so many parts and pieces to this card, but it's a great card. It is a great card. So as I unload everything, so I'm going to show you. So this card I made with the tags, and what you can put some tear and tape on each panel, and you've got gift cards that you can put on here. So it's like usually you have the waterfall on the front. There. Let's point it back this way a little bit. That's better. There we go. Yep. Thanks, Tracy. So, but yeah, this is a neat card. Took me a few practices to get it right because I'm used to doing like a 3 or 4 panel on the front. But anyway, I'm also using textured notes, which is current. And I use that for this inside panel. You see the detail on that. All of them, all the dies have a pattern on them, which is nice for all the rectangles that they have. I really like it. Much better. Okay, great. Okay, so we got that piece. This measures 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, but it doesn't matter. This is the size I picked, but you're going to have a much bigger space. So if you want to use something else. Let's see. I'm using the perennial postage for a sentiment. So I was trying to use only current product. So this is a cool set. And it actually kind of coordinates because this has got mail in it. The ephemera that I'm using. And these dies are $33. I'm also using the Fancy Borders dies, and this is on last chance for 17. But I'm going to need to die cut, so I'm going to take this one out. That's got a die cut. Okay, so I think we got that. I'm using my favorites, the Tradition Sparkling Sequins. Love those. So let's get started. We've got this piece. So let's see, I'm going to turn this all around so I can hopefully do it the right way. So I have all this ephemera that I pulled out that I want to use. That comes with that DSP, the North Pole DSP. But my base is 6 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So it's longer this way so that we can get all those gift cards. And this piece was 3.5 by 11. And it's scored at 2, 2 3/4. Here. 2 3/4, 3.5, 4 1/4, and 5. So we're going to put that over here, all my little measurements, and I need my bone folder. These are all mountain folds. All mountain folds. So I'm going to score these like that. Tear and tape will be your friend on this project. If I can, oh, there it is. Tear and tape. Tear and tape. Got to have that. Okay. So we've got that piece that's going on the inside. We have 3 pieces of white that are 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. These are going to be my layers. Okay. I've got a piece of white that is 1 by 4 1/8. That's going to be kind of the mechanism part. I've got 2 designer series paper from the North Pole that are 5 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to use the same paper, just different size for that. And I have 5 cardstock pieces that are 3 3/8 by 1 7/8. We need 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is all garden green. And then I have 5 DSPs that are 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. So I've got 3 that I'm going to use one side and 2 that I'm using the other to alternate it. So there's that. I'm going to put these aside because I need to die cut this. So I'm going to bring my big die cutting machine over. And there it is. Because this is a big die, it will not do, I can't use the small one for this. So this is a very long die, probably 6 inches long. And I just want to do the bottom, like the bottom 1/2 inch of this. Okay, oh, I need some tape. I lost my tape. Here it is. Okay. So I want roughly about 1/2 inch that I want to cut off. That's all I need to do. So let's we got to put it in an angle so we can get it through. We could probably put it straight, but if you put it on an angle, it won't do the big clunk as it goes through. That's better for the machine. If you think about it, don't put it in straight on. So we got that. Uh-oh. Let's get that piece off. Don't need that one right there. So there's that. Throw that in the trash. We got that nice little edge done. Put that back. And we will bring this down. Okay. Hi, Lisa. So you've got this cut. That's done. I'll put it over here. Hopefully I won't lose it to put it away. We need all of our layers now, so we can build our card. Okay, so we got the 3 white pieces that were 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. That's that piece. I think I did this okay. Oops. There's that. These are just 1/8" borders on this. Now the normal waterfall card, instead of the 3.5 by 11, if you're doing a smaller version, it would be 3 by 10. But I needed the extra length so I could have 4 to 5 gift cards. Okay, and I'm going to put DSP on this piece, and I'm using the trucks, the mail trucks, and all that stuff will go here on the front. This was 5 3/4 by 4. So there's that. And then we will do the other whites for the inside. I really like this paper pack. It's got fun ephemera in it, which makes card making a little easier or a little bit quicker. What die was this? My edge die? Is that what you're asking about, Lisa? That's, if you're asking about that, that's from the Fancy Borders dies. It's on last chance right now. 17 bucks. Such a deal. Let's see, white. The other white. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you could put DSP on this piece, but I'm figuring most of it will be hidden, so I didn't put Designer Series paper on it. Let's see. Waterfall cards are so easy to make. I know they are a wow kind of thing, and people may think, oh, that's really a hard card. How did you do that? But it's easy. There's that for this side. Make sure, that's why I like glue. Got some wiggle room to get it straight. Okay, now we have this piece that we've worked the mechanism part of it. That is going to go here, but we're going to put this white 1 by 4 inch, and I'm going to use very little glue, very little, because you don't want this to interfere with your waterfall. If I can get the glue, it's a new bottle, so I just don't want it to put too much out. Okay, I'm putting this roughly maybe 1/3 of the way. Just want it to be nice and glued. I have really skinny tearing tape, but it's not Stampin' Up, so I wasn't going to use that. And this goes right here like that. So this is like this. Pull this down just a little bit more, like that. And this you can actually adhere this on here. Or you could put tearing tape. I think that's what I'm going to do. Tearing tape. I'm going to use my tearing tape, not my glue, because I think that's just a little bit more difficult to do. Yeah, I like border dies, and all the ones I have are gone. So this one's current still, so I used it. Okay, we're going to pull that off. I'm just putting the tear and tape right there. That is just going to anchor this. Just want to make sure it's straight. Press that down. That's good. Oh, I didn't do that right. I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? There was no reason for that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was thinking. That's got to move. That's your waterfall. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I can pull that off. Sometimes you can pull them off. It's coming. It's coming. Maybe it won't. Nope. I'm giving that up. I'm going to do a whole new one. We'll just do a whole new one. How about that? Because that didn't quite work. I was jumping the gun. So we'll do a 3.5 by 11. 3.5 by 11. And then we'll score at 2. Let's get that out of the way. 2. Where's my cheat sheet? 2, 2 3/4. 3.5. 4 1/4. And 5. And I've made, gosh, what have I made? 2 other ones today? How did I just do that? I don't know how I did that. Don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking. Like this. And like this. Okay. Now I got to do that again with that wonderful little die. And where did I put it? Oh, I put it back in the box. That's what I did. I put it back in the box. Right there. I'm pretty excited. My husband is putting up backsplash for our kitchen. Oh my gosh, guys. Backsplash. I'm pretty excited. And hopefully it will be all done for when I have my team meeting next Friday on Halloween. Halloweeny. Hopefully it will be all done. Okay. We will roll that in. Get that cut. I hope I did it straight. That came off a lot better this time. So there's that and that. Okay, so we got this. We'll put this away. Okay, so we got this. Okay, we have this. So now we'll try this again. This goes here. We do not tape this down because this has to be pulled. It's this part that has to be taped down, not that. Okay, so I'm going to center this piece right about here, and this piece right under here, this is what gets glued down. Mercy. This is what gets glued down, but I want to make sure I'm straight. Okay. But I'm just going to put this on here like that. Just like that. That piece is glued. Okay. So we have that. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to come to all these little pieces. Well, if we built this house 3 years ago, and there've just been a lot of other things to do. And then this year has been his heart issues, and he gets tired very quickly. He's only 64, but you'd think he was 90. He walks really slow, really slow. He gets tired very easily. So he's going to he's had tried all kinds of medications. He's on blood thinners, and he had a cardio version because he has AFib. AFib, which so many people have, but they can't control his. That's the problem. They cannot control it. And so they've tried medicines, they've tried cardio versions, and nothing seems to work. And of course, I don't want him to stroke out. That's my biggest concern. This cardstock, this is 3 3/8 by 1 7/8. And this piece is 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. You got 5 of each piece. So anyways, but I bet you he's like 3/4 the way done. He started yesterday. Took a while to pick out the tile. I'm not as picky as he is. And he's got a better eye than I do. And he's the color guy. He worked for the Antioch company, which owned Creative Memories, is a scrapbooking company. So he did a lot of color proofing to make sure that whatever they printed a year ago prints the same color now. And he also did all the stickers for Creative Memories. He was the sticker guy. So anyways, he's just got a better eye. And he does really good at like putting pictures up, military kids. So he's just really good with doing that kind of stuff. So I leave him to it. If I do it, it's going to be crooked. And I don't care. I'm not that picky, but he does a better job. Yeah, he's on blood thinners, but that doesn't keep the AFib in control at all. That's why they did the cardio version, and that didn't work at all. So they didn't even bother doing it again. So anyways, he gets tired a lot. I mean, he never used to take naps, but on Sundays, and now he takes at least one a day. At least. He's just very tired. And he some days he can go all day, and some days he's wiped out by 3 o'clock. So you just never know. Never know. I had made arrangements. I was planning on going to Onstage next year, but I'm not going to go because we're going on a cruise next year right before Onstage. And I think we only had a day by the time we got back. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm having delusions of grandeur thinking we could bounce back like that and go the very next day on a trip to California. So, okay, so these pieces, you're only putting glue on these little sections. I think these are 3/4 of an inch. So you're going to glue. I'm alternating these. So actually I'm going to start down here at the bottom like this. So this one's going to go down here. This one can get glued all the way on this panel. So this one can get glued all the way. I don't even know why I needed this. Well, yeah, I do because it's on here. Okay. This goes like this. Nice and centered. And then we'll take a green one and we'll put that right here. And then this goes, don't get it on the score line, just off the score line. Like that. Okay. And you have COPD. Jeez. Were you a smoker at one time, Lisa? I know my mom had COPD. I know she quit smoking at like 75. I was surprised. She just did a cold turkey. I've only known a couple people who could do that. That is a tough addiction. Oh, man. Let's see. And my sister had COPD and emphysema, 4-stage emphysema. She was a chain smoker. But what was to me ironic is she would fall asleep sitting in chairs smoking. She burned up so many, put holes in her stuff. Let that glue set. And, but yeah, the emphysema is what really got her. Okay, so let's see if it works. It does. Okay, it works. Awesome sauce. This is going to go right here. So, I mean, I told you the measurement for this, but I mean, you can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want. This is just my inside where you can sign. And now the front. And, oh, I have my little postage stamp thing. And my stamp set's right here. Okay. I think this is just a cute card. Cute card. Great. I mean, you could put, I know John, my husband, was like, man, somebody's going to be making out. And I'm like, well, you could put like $5, $10 gift cards for like Dairy Queen or whatever. I'll move that back a little bit. So, I mean, you could just put little ones on here, or you could make one for a friend and put multiple $5 Starbucks or whatever on there. Okay, so I am going to put, where's special delivery? Have I used that? Special delivery, I want that. And I need my black pad. Where? Oh, there it is. Put it over there. Okay, black. I should have done this while I didn't have that out, but that's okay. It is okay. I'm going to put that right here. And I need to clean this. Okay. I cleaned my stamp and scrub mat. Oh my gosh, was it filthy. I don't know if you guys have one of those or not, but I like it for when you get ink really in all the little crannies of a stamp and it's just so hard to get out. That one does it. That one takes care of it. Okay, that goes in here, but where is my, there it is. This is for the front, and I want to have my Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes on the front. Oh, this stamp set, the words are just great. Works has everything for you. Everything for you. There's that. There's that. Yeah, see, my mom quit when she was 75. She ended up having a heart attack when she was 89, but she already had Alzheimer's and she'd had a stroke, all that stuff. She passed away, she stopped smoking because 4 of her really good friends, one died from lung cancer and 3 all died from emphysema. So I think that scared her, and so she quit smoking. Cold turkey. They all died within a couple of years of each other. It's really kind of weird. But they're all the same age. And all those friends, my parents met at the coal mine up in Alaska. I'm just using my Stamp and Write marker. I just wanted to put some Poppy Parade on this. That's one of the colors in the paper. Just to give it a little bit, to stand out a little bit. It's like I feel like if I have some extra money, I'm probably going to buy another, get extras of the Stamp and Write markers now that they're on sale. Because I really like them. But we won't have the rubber stamps anymore to color on. That's what I used them mostly for, was coloring on my rubber stamps. There. So we got that, and dimensionals. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. This is kind of more I would think a boy card or a guy card maybe. Doesn't have to be. I mean, you can put other things on it maybe to make it a little girly. There's that. That doesn't make any difference. Let's see. Put that up there. I'm going to shut that so I don't get that on there. And I wanted to put a couple envelopes on here. So we've got our postage, our postal trucks. I'm sure hoping that everybody, I sent out 16 kits last week, and I still know some people have not gotten theirs yet from my 200th YouTube subscribers. And it's amazing because that was the end of no, not the end of September, sometime in September, when I looked and I noticed that I finally had reached over 200. Now I'm at 340 maybe. I think I'm going to put that right there with an embellishment. Like that. Let's make sure I don't make it crooked. Okay, and now the inside, I need to stamp something else. Let's see. I think Sending Merry Tidings. What is this one? This one. This is it. This is it. Sending Merry Tidings. And then I'll put some other stuff on here. That's why ephemera makes making cards easier. At least I think so. And then after you're done, use up all your ephemera, you can do the stamped images, because most of them, you have some stamped images. This one has the cat, dogs, a bear, present, mailbox, all that stuff. And I like the color. So there is that. Okay, so there goes that. And I'll glue that on here. We're almost done. So except for my faux pas, this really doesn't take that long. You could easily do this in a half hour. Easily, if you're cutting everything out. I think half the time it takes me longer to figure out what paper I want to use or what stamp set I want to use. I got the card idea. There's that. I'm going to put this little guy right here. I don't know if that's a golden retriever or what that is. I don't know. Seems a little short for a golden retriever. Now this would probably require you extra postage if you mailed it, because it's thick. It is thick. And it's probably an extra ounce, so it probably cost you a couple dollars to mail it, but not bad. There's that. And I think I'm going to glue these on. These little postage stamp things. I'm going to put them on here. Let's pull that down just a little bit. Oh, I don't want to do that because you know why? Ah, nuts. The gift card's going there. I didn't need that. I'm going to put that up here. Okay. See, my thought is with the gift cards is if you were giving this to somebody to put their own gift cards in, just put some tear and tape on and don't even pull it off. Put a strip of tear and tape on each one And then you can put the gift cards on there. That doesn't need to be on there. Embellishments, the last thing. The last thing. And take your pick tool. I don't have any really big ones. Is that going to work? That and that and that right there. So there you go. That is your Waterfall gift card. And this was my original, and I have gift cards in there. So this one's just a little different. And then this was my second one. I love this paper. Just love this paper. The key is making sure you have very little adhesive here, because you don't want it to get in so that this piece will not pull easily. So I hope you like this and you give it a try. It's really a pretty easy card, I think. Pretty easy. Just don't do what I did and stick the glue down on the main part of the card. You'll be okay. So anyways, I will see y'all Monday night at 7 o'clock, and I'll also be here Tuesday night at 7 for celebrating my 200th YouTube subscriber with the card kit I mailed out to the people that commented. I sent out 16 kits. Ooh, sorry. And then I'll also be on at 8 o'clock with my mystery box cards and supplies. So anyway, I will see you all later. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Well, hi, Lisa Ellis. Thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all later. Thank you very much. Have a good one.